Okay, we can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with this. Are you guys ready? Here's some UCF? Okay. We'll start with this. How excited are you guys to be here tonight, especially in front of all these Space Coast UCF fans?
Great to get over here, and it's one of the unique times in the year where we come to our fan base, and it's just really a lot of fun to get an opportunity to interact with you. Obviously, you can see great support tonight here, and just excited to be out and get to know you guys.
No, I agree with Coach Heupel. I mean, it's awesome to come out here and see, everyone representing, UCF. This is always an exciting time of year for us. Get a chance to spend time with you. And like I said, it's exciting times at UCF, and we're all fortunate to be a part of it.
All right, we'll stay with you, Coach, and you guys can both answer this if you can. How passionate are UCF fans, especially when you guys are having successful seasons?
Well, I like to say, as we've been building, I mean, the fan and our fan base has been terrific. Everywhere we've gone, we've gotten a positive response. People have come out, and come to our games. They, give us great energy. And without you, we couldn't do it. This year was an amazing season, but it started with the fans. It started with everyone coming out and giving us that energy during the year. And I think our guys were able to feed off that and have a really good season.
Yeah, a year ago, right, everybody was talking about the bounce house, and I was shaking my head up and down, and, I had no idea what it was going to be like, in all reality. And man, it's not as big as some atmospheres in college football, just the size of the stadium. There's not a better atmosphere in college football, though. It's absolutely electric. It's been ranked in the top 5 by multiple publications, just as far as how tough it is to play on the road. For me, I walk out to the field 60 minutes before kickoff. There's nothing better than walking out 60 minutes before kickoff and seeing both of the end zones completely filled from the first row to the top with our student body. It's just an absolutely electric atmosphere and a lot of fun to be a part of.
You and me were talking about this on my radio show yesterday. How important, before we get to X's and O's and Jimmy's and Joe's, as we like to say in sports radio.
It's all Jimmy's and Joe's.
Yeah, I understand.
X's and O's.
How important is it, the education aspect of being a student athlete at UCF?
It's the most important thing that you get out of your 4-year experience. There's a lot of real-world training that goes on through the sport. That's what Johnny's teaching in basketball. It's what we're trying to teach in football and give them the tools to be successful. I'm really proud, that our university, our football program's top 15 in the country 3 out of the last 4 years in academic progress. It's what we sell. The opportunity to recruit kids that are close by, relatively within 4 or 5 hours for sure. They come here, they play with UCF on the side of their helmet, their name on the back of the jersey. They create a network that's going to empower them the next 40 years of their life. That is what college football and college basketball should all be about.
Oh, he has to go after that.
I don't want to go after that. well, no, absolutely. Coach Heupel said it best. It's that's what you're there for. We're there to educate these young men. And what we want to do is we want to give them a great experience. And a great experience is not just, on the basketball court or on the field. It's getting a terrific education also. And that's what UCF provides. It provides a great opportunity to get a meaningful education, a meaningful degree. And that's what we're there for. Like I said, we don't get a lot of one-and-dones and players of that nature. So our kids come with the understanding that they're going to graduate, they're going to have a wonderful experience, and we're going to care about them not just on the field or on the court, but also in the classroom.
All right, we'll go with you for basketball, all right? We just had March Madness. I know that feels like it was 7 months ago, but no, it wasn't. How proud are you of the guys that you had on this squad this year make it to the second round of the tournament, Coach?
I'm still getting over it, some of that now, and I'm just very proud of our guys. We talked about doing some of these things early in the summer. As we prepared for the season, we thought we had a team capable of doing something special. But all season long, they sacrificed and did everything necessary to put themselves in that position. And when they accomplished it, they got there and they performed on the biggest stage. They were at their best. And that's what you really want to see in a team. You want them to see them perform at their best when it means the most. And our guys did that. And that's why they left their legacy. They'll always be remembered here at UCF. And I'll always be appreciative of having coached that great group of guys.
Okay, follow up for Coach Heupel then, all right? You guys won the conference. You played a New Year's Six Bowl, right? How exciting was that for you? I mean, that was year one, you coaching, man. How exciting was that to be the head football coach at UCF?
It was exciting. While you're in the fight, man, you're just in the fight, and you're living and working day to day. Looking back on the experience, I told our players it's never about the destination, it's always about the journey. Year one was honored to be their coach and be a part of their journey in their life, but in that season. And I'm really excited about the fact that our coaches, in a short amount of time, dove in, developed a relationship, and we created a family. And everybody uses that word in recruiting. Not many places actually live it out. I think Johnny does in basketball. We certainly try to do that every day, and I think it's why we're creating the atmosphere and energy that we are inside of our program.
Was there ever a moment, and I'll ask this to you as well, Coach Dawkins, was there ever a moment where you're like, yeah, I'm really doing this. I'm really the coach at UCF. We're taking on Memphis for the conference championship. Was there ever a moment like that?
I don't know. I showed up for the press conference in shorts and a T-shirt. You know what I mean? I just got done watching film, walked over, did the press conference, and walked back and got back to work. You're in the fight every day, and I try not to use the word I ever. It's we. It's players and coaches pulling the rope in one direction, fighting for each other, and trying to be as good as we can every single day.
Same thing for Coach Dawkins. I know you've been here a couple years. You guys went to the NIT in your first year, right? This past year, like we said, you went the tournament. Was there a moment? Was it against Duke? Was it the opener? Was there a moment where you're like, yeah, man, I'm the coach here at UCF. This is happening. We're playing some good basketball.
No, I feel the same way as Coach Heupel. I mean, I think when you're in the moment, you're just so focused on the next opponent, the next game you're playing, your scout, preparing. And like you said, it's all about we and us. It's no I and me in what we do in this sport. It's we and us, plural pronouns. We live by that, and our staff did a great job. I mean, I look at what they were able to accomplish, the relationships they built, the development of our players. Throughout the year, they got better and better. And so I give all the credit to those guys and our players for putting in all the work. They bled, sweat, and they cried for us all year long. And they made something special happen, and that's what it's about. And I felt fortunate, as I said before, to be a part of that. As the head coach, you set the tone for what's going on. But to go on that journey with those guys has left memories that we'll have for the rest of our lives.
You're absolutely right. Coach Dawkins came on my radio show yesterday, right? And I asked him this question. I go, Coach, you're going to lose Taco, you're going to lose BJ, your son Aubrey. Tell us about some of the new guys. Coach then talked for 10 straight minutes about his program. He is excited for some of the guys that are coming in. So, Coach, tell these great fans about some of the new players who are going to play for you.
Well, I won't take 10 minutes tonight. But, yeah, we restocked our roster. We've had to do that, of course. We lost 7 players, so we had to replace 7 guys. A number of those guys played significant minutes for us. So, that was our process was going into the summer looking at, okay, who would be good replacements for our guys that are leaving. And we were fortunate to find guys that we thought would fit that profile. And so I'm looking forward to having those guys be a part of what we do at UCF. We're bringing one young man back home. I've been excited about bringing him home for the last several years. It finally worked out where we could get him. We're bringing Matt Milan back, and he's a terrific player in our area. And he was state player. They won the state his senior year. He had a great career. He lives right there where we are in Orlando. So excited to have him back home. I think it's a great way for him to finish up his last year of college basketball. We actually bring in another perimeter player that'll be our point guard. He actually transfers in from Alabama. We had seen some things when we had played him 2 times that we thought would be a great fit for us, and it just so worked out. He was available, and he wanted to be a part of something special, and so he decided he wanted to come play for us as well. And like I said, I can go down the line with a number of other players, but really excited about our incoming freshmen. We have 2 incoming freshmen, a point guard and a shooting guard. Both I think going to bring a lot of passion to our game, a lot of skill to what we do. I think they're gonna earn your respect by how hard they work in our program, and that's what it's about. How hard they compete every day, how hard they how they carry themselves as citizens on our campus. I think they both are going to do a great job for us, and we have several other young men that'll be eligible to play this year too. That I think you'll be excited about.
What is the offseason like then? Oh, you're trying to applause. I apologize. I went too quick. What's the offseason now for basketball? Because, we got schools out. I know you finished your season. Now what do you guys do?
Well, there's no offseason for us. We're always going to continue to recruit. We have to continue to get out there and stay active. Our players need to continue to work on their games, their skills. So we give them, an opportunity to get away from us for a few weeks but while still maintaining a certain work ethic that we want them to have. They're in the gym, they're getting up a lot of shots, they're working on their ball handling, just continuing to improve their skill. What we're going to do this summer, with this group is we're going to take them to Spain. So we're going to go overseas and we're going to play some games over there, actually against the ACB, which is the second best league in the world behind the NBA. So it's going to be some very competitive games for us this summer. I think that's going to help us with some chemistry and some continuity of the team that we'll have. So I'm excited about that journey that we're going to go on as well.
Can we come?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Awesome stuff. Let's go over to Coach Heupel here. Coach, I need you.
Is football going to Spain too this summer? Okay.
No.
Coach, I need you to know this. You're laughing.
Tell you want to go to Ireland.
Oh, she wants to go to Ireland as well. You go there. Coach, I need you to know this. Every single UCF fan keeps asking me this question. We got some quarterbacks this fall, don't we?
Yeah, the strength of a position group can never be one guy. I really do love the way the 4 guys competed throughout spring. They all improved pretty much every single day. Most of the time, they did not repeat the same mistake, and that's a theme inside of our program. Don't make the same mistake twice. It's okay, play aggressive, but just don't repeat the same mistake. And they've learned how to work at a championship level, which is a big part of becoming a player that's going to play at a championship level. All of them, are ready to come back this summer. Hopefully, they've been working here while they've had a couple weeks off from the end of the semester until we get started here next week. May, June, and July is going to be critical to find out who's going to be the guy when we show up, and they have to go earn it in training camp. I think it's important that at every position, but certainly at that, they earn the respect and the trust from the guys around them. And at the end of the day, we as a coaching staff are putting that ball in their hand. We're entrusting them with our team. They got to go earn the right to play at that position.
Follow up for that, Mackenzie Milton. We all love Mackenzie. He's a great quarterback. What's the latest on Mackenzie?
Yeah, I love Mackenzie too. Great player, but even better kid. Just obviously traumatic injury. So many hurdles he's had to clear in the last 5 months. He's cleared them about as well as you possibly can. And I think everybody on Twitter saw him, fully weight bearing, walking. And he's back home, getting ready to come back over here next week from Hawaii and continue with the rehab process, and just believing that he's going to be back and be better than ever. It's going to be a great story.
Yeah, he is a great kid. We all love Mackenzie Milton. Coach Dawkins was talking about his recruiting class. So, Coach, I'm going back to you. Coach, tell us about your recruiting class and some of the young guys that are coming in.
I can't go through everybody. We're going to be here. We're going to be here all night. Now, we got a great group of guys that are coming in here in May here this Sunday. They'll be in our team meeting, and some junior college kids that we signed in the previous class. We had some high school early enrollees that performed in January, 2 high school linebackers from South Florida. It was never too big from the moment that they stepped in. They blended into our program, which if you're a high school mid-year enrollee in January, if you can blend into our program, that says a lot. Your ability to handle the classroom, your ability to handle what we're doing in the weight room, and then certainly what we're doing on the practice field for 15 days. We'll be excited to see how they continue to grow and mature throughout the summer. Expect both of them to play for us next fall, special teams, and hopefully earn some snaps on the defense side of the ball as well. Dylan Gabriel, high school quarterback, did a phenomenal job. I think everybody saw him in the spring game. He's really mature. He's accurate with football, great decision maker, has a great feel for the game, is truly ready to go compete for that starting job. And then we'll have a bunch of high school kids that will show up here at the end of June and see where they're at, and they better get ready because training camp's 5.5, 6 weeks away when they arrive on campus.
Do you tell them that every day? I got you in 5 weeks. Is that what happens?
No, I tell them reality strikes right now. That's the real deal.
Let's go back to Coach Dawkins real quick. We talk about UCF. You played in the American Conference. How tough of a conference is this? Especially we had Cincinnati make the tournament, and Memphis, and all these teams. How tough of a conference is it?
Well, it's a great conference. I think it's one of the best conferences in the country. It's underrated. I think people, saw what happened this past year on the national stage. So I think the recognition is starting to come. But, UConn 5 years ago won a national championship. They're an American Conference team. We always are getting between 3 to 5 teams in the NCAA tournament. plus a team or two in NIT. So a number of our teams playing postseason. And I think people recognize it now for what it's worth, but it's a great conference to play in. It's a great conference to coach in, and we're excited. I think this year is going to be even better than last year for our conference. I think the depth of talent is going to be even deeper, and so it's going to be a really good teams at the top, and you're going to have a lot of teams that are competing in the middle of the pack as well.
Same question for Coach here. Coach Heupel, how tough is your American Conference for football?
Great players. You can look at recent drafts and our ability to have more draft picks than other teams that are Power 6 teams or Power 6 conferences, I should say. You look at the exciting, open, explosive nature of the offenses inside this league. You look at the quality of coaches. It's as good football, top to bottom, as you're going to find.
All right, I got 2 more, and then I'm going to open it up to you guys. Okay? Let's go back to the conference championship game. We talked about this on my radio show. The team is down. It's a little down there in the third quarter. You go crazy. You start hyping the crowd. You start going crazy. Did you just go for it in the moment? You're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this. Let's go. What was the mindset, Coach?
I think we were down 10 at the time. We had just scored, made an extra point to cut it. We've been fighting from behind. We did a bunch of things that we shouldn't have early in the football game and are playing from behind, and felt like there was a paradigm right there where we could change the energy and waved my hands a couple times, got a little reaction in one end zone, and all right, let's see how long this can go and how loud we can get this thing. And fans reacted, the energy, we got a 3-and-out, didn't handle the punt return the way we needed to. They go score. But I'll tell you, one of the unique things just about our fan base is we walk in to the locker room, we're down 17, and fans are saying we got them right where we want them. There's a belief and an energy. I wasn't necessarily sure about that, but there's a belief that we're going to find a way to go win, and there's a competitive maturity inside of our locker room, our players. They believe in the guy next to them, the guy that's playing, on the offense or defense across from them, inside of our locker room, and just believe we're going to find a way to go win the game.
I want you to know, and I know a lot of you guys were at that game that night. Okay, there's a lot of great games. I loved the Saturday night ABC game. They're taking on Cincinnati. The whole country is finally seeing what we got here in Central Florida. And I want you to know, I've been going to games for years as a fan, even covering the games. My favorite moment I always remember was first quarter, first possession. Cincinnati has the ball. That place is rocking. And 3 straight. That was what the 12th man, if you want to call it that, for UCF. Shaking, false start, false start, false start. That's the loudest I've ever heard that building. I want you to know that.
Yeah, the expectation is that we start doing that every week.
Okay.
What I mean? That's the expectation. Now, great home field advantage. A year ago, I didn't know what the atmosphere inside of the stadium truly was going to be like. It's electric. Fans are passionate. They care. They believe. And they're loud, man. There ain't nobody sitting on their hands.
No.
They're into the game from the opening kickoff until we're done. And looking forward to having that home field advantage this year. It's going to be critical in a lot of our football games.
You got some good games coming up this fall, don't you?
We got some big ones, man. We're looking forward to it.
You getting ready now? You good?
We're getting ready every day. I
know you are.
Yeah.
Let's go to Coach Dawkins real quick, and then we'll go to Q&A. I want you to know, when you were taking on Duke, right, and I've been watching a lot of UCF basketball, you guys were down that second half, and your son started hitting shots.
Yeah.
BJ starts hitting shots. There's a part of me, I have to be a journalist, right? And I shouldn't really have my rooting interest. When you started coming back, I got so excited. And this is how excited. I'm watching at home like you guys are as well. It's one of those things I start pacing in front of the TV. You know what I mean? And all my neighbors can hear me. Go, Aubrey, go! Get it! BJ had a shot where he went up for a layup, and I played basketball my whole life. I yelled like I'm Coach Dawkins. I go, get back on D! Go! That was.
You were yelling the same thing.
Yeah, I know you yelling the same
That's how it was.
How much fun was it in that moment? There's like 10 seconds to go. Whole country's watching, right? You're coming up a play. Is that what it's all about as a coach?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you live for those moments, and we were prepared for it. We felt we had it right where we wanted. Even down by 1 in that situation, we felt, we've been in this situation before. This is what we practiced. And we executed the set well. I thought we got 2 great looks. I thought the look that we ran and got BJ the shot, I thought it was a shot that he makes 7, 8 out of 10 times. And so we couldn't ask for anything more than that. And Aubrey did a great job understanding that there's time on the clock. we always tell our guys, make sure you crash the offensive boards, because the shot that usually beats you isn't always the shot that the buzzer shot. It's the shot that someone puts it back in after it's missed. And so Aubrey did his job. He came right behind it to put it back in. And I'm still living those moments in slow motion now. I still can't believe, how did those balls not go in? But that's part of our game. But we were prepared for the moment. I thought we got the shots we wanted, and that's all you can ask for.
And what was really cool with Coach Dawkins was, I'd say about a week later, I'm watching the tournament, and you see Greg Gumbel, and you see Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith, and then you see this fine gentleman. And you're like, wait, what's going on here? And he's talking about UCF athletics, which I thought was awesome. I will end with this. I want you two to know these two fine gentlemen come on my show all the time. They do a great job as head coaches. What I really like about these two is they're motivated, right? They had great seasons, but you could just see it on their faces right now. We got to have an off season. Maybe we'll take a vacation, and then it's back to the grind. Is that right, Coach?
Absolutely. I think we both are very excited. And of course, Coach Heupel starts up before I do, but looking forward to this next season. It's another journey with a new group of guys, but I'm excited, just as excited as I was for the team last year. I'm excited about the team we have returning.
It's a great thing about college athletics is, a quarter of your roster turns over basically every single year, and it's a new team, new leadership opportunities. Guys got to step up and make plays, and nothing's given to you. You got to go earn it. You got to go take it, and that's what our kids do every single day.
Okay. Do we have any questions from the audience? Okay, we'll start right here.